Welcome to Santa Rosa. We're spending some time here at the Charles M. Schulz Museum, a stay right in wine country at Hyatt Regency's Sonoma Wine Country, spending time at a beautiful family-owned winery known for its picturesque vineyards, gardens, and food and wine experiences, and lastly, some time at one of Santa Rosa's best park for the kids, Howarth Park. We drove up from Antigua to Santa Rosa Friday night and checked into our hotel. The next day, we headed out early, and the museum was only about a 10-minute drive from our hotel. For anyone who grew up with Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the rest of the Peanuts gang, this is a pretty special place to visit. Oh, that's yellow, yeah. The museum is very kid-friendly. There's an interactive area where kids can sit down and try drawing some of the Peanuts characters themselves, with plenty of opportunities to color and get creative. I love that kids and adults can put up their drawings on the wall. I sing with you. I definitely felt like a kid here. One of the cool things about the museum is that many of the comic strips and drawings on display are the actual original artwork created by Schulz, not simply reproductions. You can get close enough to see his pen strokes, handwritten lettering, corrections, and little imperfections that never really show up in the finished newspaper comics. Schulz drew Peanuts almost entirely by himself throughout its nearly 50-year run, ultimately creating 17,897 comic strips. So seeing the originals gives you a much better appreciation for just how much work went into the series. As you walk through the galleries, you can also see how the Peanuts characters changed over time. Early versions of Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, and the rest of the gang can look surprisingly different from the characters most people recognize today. One of the fun things I learned from the museum is that Snoopy actually has a much bigger family than many people realize. In the Peanuts comic, Snoopy is one of 8 puppies from the same litter, and several of his siblings eventually appear in the strip. One of the most impressive exhibits is a mural of Charlie Brown and Lucy, made up of thousands of comic strips. The museum also has a nice outdoor courtyard and garden area, which is worth taking a few minutes to explore before you leave. You'll find Peanuts-themed artwork and sculptures throughout the grounds, including familiar characters that make for some great family photos. It's a quiet little break, and the outdoor space feels like an extension of the museum rather than just a courtyard. They have a really nice have the kids run off their energy while Paul got to relax and look at the museum by himself, and then we're gonna switch. How do you like the museum?
It's nice, very nice. I think they did a really good job designing it, and the comics are definitely bringing back memories when I used to read them as a kid. I'll say the inside is definitely more adult focused.
Yeah, more adult. They have a coloring area on the second floor, which I think is kids oriented, and then they have the outside, which you can see from here, and we're just kind of letting the kids run around. But I think the museum itself is kind of geared more towards like millennials and boomers that grew up with Snoopy.
Yeah, definitely boomers for sure.
Yeah, and like brings back like memories rather than actually a museum that's totally kid oriented, but still a little fun.
Yeah, I still like it.
After spending the morning exploring the museum, checking out the original Peanuts artwork, it was time to wrap up our visit. The museum ended up being a really fun first stop in Santa Rosa, with a nice mix of nostalgia for the adults and hands-on activities for the kids. And with everybody getting hungry, it was time to head out, grab some lunch, and continue on. After lunch, it was time to switch things up and experience another side of Sonoma County. We left Santa Rosa behind for a short drive north as the city streets gradually gave way to open countryside, rolling hills, and rows of vineyards. Our next stop was, and I'm gonna butcher this, Bricoleur Vineyards, a family-owned winery just north of Santa Rosa. The name Bricoleur comes from the French word bricolage, referring to creating something from the materials and resources you have around you. And that idea carries throughout the property. The winery was founded by Mark and Elizabeth Hansen, who transformed the estate into a destination centered around wine, food, gardens, and bringing people together. Isabel, on this side.
More fruit forwards, more high acid kind of style of rosé. That's great for these hot summer days. I'd say it's great timing because it is such a great summertime kind of wine.
Okay.
So enjoy that. Take a look at the list. We do move on to some red wines next, but if you want to try some whites before we move to some reds, just let me know.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Enjoy.
The vineyard offers a pretty diverse selection of wines, including Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Zinfandel, Cab Sauvignon, and along with other sparkling and other limited production wines. They offer a club wine membership, with members receiving regular allocations of wines throughout the year, along with special pricing and access to membership benefits.
We ever do about 20% new French oak on our Zin blends. And just kind of a great example. So a fun one. I can't say.
The grounds of this vineyard is a big part of what makes this visit feel so special. The estate is surrounded by vineyards, gardens, a koi pond, mature trees, and lawns that truly make it a great space to simply walk around. They also have their own on-site kitchen, where the culinary team creates seasonal dishes specifically designed to pair with the wine.
Yeah, what was your favorite wine here so far?
Definitely the unoaked Chardonnay. It's a nice day, but the breeze kind of comes and goes, so it's nice to have cold. Probably my favorite.
So what do you think of the location?
very nice. I was expecting that we would be in the area that would have all the grounds so the kids can run around. And I even bought like balls and stuff. But we were in the area where the seating is, which isn't bad because the kids can still run around. But probably after a third wine, we're gonna go up there and kind of let them run around.
I'll put that one here for you.
Okay.
So that blend that you tried is primarily rock piles in, about 50% of it being rock piles in.
Okay.
Whereas like 40, probably 3% of it is Syrah, and then the rest is Cab Franc. Essentially, we top the barrel with the Cab Franc. This is 100% rock piles in. I don't know if you're familiar with rock pile at all, but I'd say rock pile is making some of the most coveted Zinfandel in California at this point in a lot of people's eyes. And rock pile is exactly what it sounds like. It's very rocky, very dry up there on the mountain. And so we're above Lake Sonoma with this vineyard, about 15 to 1,800 feet up there. We're above the fog line. These grapes get hit all day, every day with sun, and on a day like today, where it's like pushing 90 here, it might even be pushing 100 up there. And yeah, so these grapes go through a lot of struggle, but that's how you in return get that more concentrated, fuller body style of Zin. And then I did our Petite Syrah there for you too, which is what we finish up with this plate. And the Petite Syrah, a very interesting one that we actually used to put in that blend that you tried earlier, but decided a few years back, Petite Syrah is very interesting. It's interesting grape by itself, and adds a lot of color, texture, depth to a lot of blends, but by itself, it's very interesting, really kinky, kind of minerality kind of based wine too. That reminds me a lot of like a chocolate or kind of a berry pie. We do like the little tasting notes around each of the wines here, so you will get those deeper kind of cocoa, chocolate kind of notes with the Petite Syrah.
Okay.
But it reminds me a lot of like a baked pie kind of thing, if you will. Okay. So let me know what you think of those two. If we need more taste or tries of anything else on the list, just say the word.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, cheers, you guys.
I give him kudos for giving us a spiel when our kids are crying. I feel bad for him sometimes.
After our sit-down wine tasting, we headed to the back portion of the vineyard, and this is where we really got to see just how family-friendly the vineyard is. There were quite a few families spread out around the property, with kids playing on the open lawns, while the adults relax and enjoy the wine country setting. They even offer lawn and board games, coloring, scavenger hunts, and catch and release fishing, so this is part of the property that feels more casual and relaxed than a traditional tasting room. One of the coolest experiences they offer is called the Essentials Picnic. They give you one of the signature red wagons loaded with a hand-woven picnic basket. They fill it with a lot of selections of estate-grown and locally sourced food. You can see one of those red wagons. They have a chilled glass of wine for each adult guest, and you can pull the wagon around the estate and choose the spot that you want to settle down for a picnic. And we really wanted to do this, but it was also a little bit pricey, which is about, I think, $75 per person, and I just thought it was too overpriced for me and Paul. Paul and I really enjoyed this area here. We got to sit around, drink our chilled wine, while the kids were running around and playing with other kids. They even shared their toys with each other. But alas, as much as we would happily stay here for the rest of the day, eventually we did have to leave. So we packed everything up, rounded up the kids, said goodbye to our new friends, and headed back to Santa Rosa Hotel. Since we had checked into the Hyatt Regency Sonoma Wine Country pretty late on Friday night, we really didn't get a chance to walk around and see much of the hotel. So before we continue on with the rest of our Saturday, we're going to rewind back things to Friday night, and show you our check-in and first look of where we stayed during the weekend. The hotel is located in downtown Santa Rosa and makes a really convenient home base for exploring the area. The hotel has a more of a wine country resort feel than your typical downtown hotel, with landscape grounds, outdoor gathering areas, and a heated outdoor pool.
Do you even know where to go? 328. So over here? Come on, Emily. I know what's gonna happen when we get in the room. They are gonna be super excited. They're gonna jump on the bed like they always do. This is our usual setup. Luggage bag for Paul, some of the kid milk stuff. I have one bag for all three girls and the baby bag. So we try to pack as light as we can so that it's easier for us to get out of the car and get to the room. Right away, the carpet's kind of nice. Come on, hurry. Oh, why would you be scared? The doors look kind of nice.
Push.
Yes, we did it. Very spacious. 2 queen beds for us and the kids. And we have a pool view. I see the pool.
Let's go swimming pool.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to the swimming pool
Tomorrow.
yet. There is a $40 wine and $8 bottles of water. Actually, forgot to get some water, love. And we forgot our water bottle containers. This is the bathroom, so pretty clean. You can go get the car.
Potty.
Okay, go potty.
Now that you've seen how we checked in, let's fast forward to Saturday afternoon after a vineyard tasting. We hung out by the outdoor pool, let the kids swim around, and we were so tired that we really just ordered pizza and kind of had s'mores by the courtyard. It was a perfect, nonchalant ending to our Saturday evening.
So this is the walkway to the restaurant called Railway, which is like a cafe deli lunch. It's 7 a.m. and we decided to just put our contacts on and start walking for breakfast because we were hungry. We are cutting and normally we do not eat out, but we didn't. We're staying at a hotel with no kitchen, so we really didn't have any choice.
The breakfast had a nice continental style spread with the usual morning options like pastries. They had fruit, cereal, breakfast meats, potatoes, and other hot items. They also had a made-to-order egg station where you could choose how you wanted your eggs prepared and you could customize them with different ingredients. So you still had the convenience of an all-you-can-eat without everything simply sitting under a heat lamp. So it was pretty good. So overall, we had a really nice day at the Hyatt Regency Sonoma Wine Country Hotel. Between the location, the pool, and the complimentary spores, relaxing courtyard, and easy breakfast, it really was a great fit for a family. And now on to our last final stop, Howarth Park. Our final stop before heading home was Howarth Park, a huge 138-acre community park on the east side of Santa Rosa. This park is actually known locally as the Jewel of Santa Rosa, and once you get here, you'll really understand why. One of the first things you notice about Howarth Park is just how beautiful and spacious the grounds are. There are large, mature trees throughout the property and shady picnic areas. There are even attractions like pony rides that takes kids through a wooded setting. As you move further away from the main play areas, it gets even more natural. And in the middle of it all, Lake Ralph can be seen. There are miles of hiking, walking, jogging, and biking trails. One popular option is Spring Lake Regional Park. It's a 2.3 paved loop with about 54 feet of elevation, mostly flat and ADA accessible. For families, one of the coolest part is how many old school attractions they've packed into this park. There's a miniature train, carousel, seasonal pony rides, an animal barn. When we were there, some of them were open and some were not, but the kids really just wanted to play in the park.
Yeah, sunscreen? Sunscreen, please. Sunscreen. Thank you. Some here too. My nose.
Isabel, where are you going?
After running around with the kids at Howarth Park, it was unfortunately time to go home to Manteca. We hope you enjoyed our weekend, seeing Charles M. Schulz Museum, enjoying the winery at Bricoleur Vineyards, having s'mores with us at Hyatt Regency Sonoma, and ending the weekend at Howarth Park. It truly was an amazing weekend in Santa Rosa.